Now that you've updated your user settings, we want to take a look at this screen, which we call the dashboard. You'll notice there are two sections within your dashboard. There's a published courses section and an unpublished courses section. The courses that are published will be visible to your students. The unpublished courses, you can create content in and get all set up, and until those courses are published, students will not be able to see them. There are a couple different ways that you can view the items that are in your dashboard. By clicking on these three dots in the upper right-hand corner, I could change to a list view, which shows me chronologically items that are coming up in my courses. I could also change to a recent activity view to show what is most recent. Didn't need to go that far in. There's my recent activity view. But I happen to prefer the card view. Within the card view, we can move some classes around. So if I wanted this class to be over here on the side, simply drag and drop, as easy as that. You also can customize these course cards a little bit further by clicking on the three dots in the upper right-hand corner of each course card. So if I wanted this course card to instead be associated with the color green, I could do that. And I could give it a nickname. And you'll notice those changes take place here. The color also will be applied in the calendar so that items on the calendar will show up in that color. Now these nicknames and course colors are specific to the user. So just because you change it to green and it says Bull Run Eagles doesn't mean that anyone else would have that. That's just specific to you. Students could use this though to name their own courses. So if they wanted to name their period 1 course, their period 2 courses, and reorganize them by dragging and dropping, they could do that to customize their own dashboard. Over here on the right-hand side, you'll notice there's a to-do list. The to-do list for teachers will show them items that they have yet to grade. For students, it would show them assignments or discussions that they would need to complete. Down a little bit further in the coming up area, we'll show items that are on the calendar that are coming up most recently. If you needed to see more, there is an area to click to see more, or you could view the whole calendar from this section. A little bit down below, there is a View Grades area where you can click to view the grades that are in your courses. You probably will no longer see after July 1 the Start a New Course. If you did need to start a new course, a new sandbox course, or a course for a club or a sport, or to work collaboratively with other teachers, at this point you would need to contact your ITC in your building in order to do that. One thing that I would challenge you to go in and check for your courses, specifically those sandbox courses that you have either created or have had created for you, is that they are associated with your particular school. So you'll notice in my dashboard on this left-hand global navigation, I have this kind of generic looking global navigation. However, if I go into one of my particular courses that has been associated with my school, this now changes a little bit on the left-hand side. It may not for your school, depends on the theme that your particular school has chosen. But that's one change that you might see. The other thing that you might see is that some of the course navigation will be specific to your school. So your school may have specific integrations that they would like to make available for you. And if your course isn't associated with that school, you will miss out on those integrations. So to check that for any of your courses, you would go down to Settings, the very middle column here at the very bottom. And so for this particular one, I notice under my sub-account, it is associated with my school, Bull Run Middle School. If I were to go back and select a different course, however, this course, Growing with Canvas, if I go under the settings over here, you'll notice this one is just a manually created course. All of the sandbox courses are manually created to start with, and then the ITC in each building needs to move them to the correct sub-account. So I would challenge you today, again, make sure that you have the sandboxes that you would like. If not, reach out to your ITC. If they are not associated with the correct sub-account, also reach out to your ITC and let them know that information. Thanks for watching.